This is Arkansas 11, KTHV Little Rock.
You know, shaggy legs and hairy eyebrows just don't come from my side of the family.
In the heart of downtown Little Rock is the lifeblood of professional theater in Arkansas. The Repertory Theater is a favorite choice for Arkansans hungry for the performing arts.
It's not like, say, with a classical composition that the symphony might do, that you don't really realize anything about the writer and you're just moved by the music. In theater, it's all pretty out front. And I think for that reason, attracts the most diverse and interesting kind of audience.
When he moved to Little Rock 15 years ago, Baker discovered a cultural void in the capital city.
And there was a community theater and a university theater and a dinner theater, but there was no professional company. And what that did was limit the public's perception and certainly the availability of other kinds of material that it makes up the wealth of theater.
So he put together a company of professional actors and started selling tickets. This is the old Repertory Theater, an aging building near MacArthur Park that once housed a Methodist church. Now, the audience here was limited to about 120. The theater's popularity soon outgrew its space. In late 1988, the theater moved to its spacious new home on Main Street. It can seat 350. The troupe has earned a reputation of providing quality entertainment.
I really think that the arts nurture the soul in people. They allow you to explore a part of your consciousness or subconscious in a way that doesn't get addressed in day-to-day living.
And Baker is working to share that experience by offering special programs for children, matinees for senior citizens, and by taking productions on the road.
Certainly the consciousness of the people who have attended theater in Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, and Missouri now have a different perception of what Arkansas has to offer.
Timeouts, let's use the regular mechanic. We'll stand the free throw line extended. Wherever the ball is going to be played, the guy that's on that end will have the basketball, okay?
The day I stop having fun refereeing is the day I'll never work again. I enjoy it every night, and no matter where I am, it's the biggest game in town that night, and I try to approach it that way.
Hey, my white captain's not starting. Who's going to be my floor captain? You are? All right, 32, you ready? 44, you all set? Ready, guys? All right, stay at home now to leave my hand. One move and I'll go straight up, okay?
I learned how to referee basketball in this league. Whatever I've been able to do in these nearly 40 years I've been in the business are directly attributable to this conference, because this is where I learned how to referee basketball.
You know, I hadn't always agreed with his calls, but he's always been a class individual, and I think he's handled himself extremely well on the court.
Hey, you ran over him. Don't talk to me. Could have been a charge, but he dropped. Got you, babe.
Foul is on number 22, Jerry Rail.
I need a spot now. Give me a spot. All right, here we go.
31 years is a long time, but it's time to quit. I made the decision last spring, and I'm going to stick with it. I'm quitting all conferences that work two officials. It's a physical thing more than anything else. It's time to quit.
Most people you see on the street every day are dealing with some type of work-related stress. Most of us worry about work. But to be truly happy, you need to balance your job, your family, and your recreation.
Because to really be healthy, we need to keep a balance between the work, the home, the spiritual, the physical, the emotional. And if we get too lopsided in any one of those, we'll start feeling either physical symptoms, more colds or aches or pains, or feel a sense of stress. And
just a very peaceful, comfortable place, perhaps in the woods, beside a mountain stream or a small waterfall. And let your whole body just relax and get comfortable.
Joe Boatwright is a professional counselor who, among other techniques, uses hypnosis to help people deal with job-related stress. He says, for starters, when you have a conflict at work, think about why the other person is criticizing you.
One thing that's really helpful is to be able to pull back a bit and see the larger picture. Realize that most of the time when someone's critical and scolding you, underneath they're feeling scared. Okay, that's almost an axiom. The better I feel about me, the less I interfere in the lives of others.
If you're becoming too wrapped up in your job, you might be a workaholic. Ask yourself these questions. Is the job having a negative impact on your family relations? Is it leading to physical problems? And are you tired all the time? If you're having problems at work, you might be drinking too much, smoking too much, putting on weight, or not getting along with coworkers. Here's a good suggestion if you're having work-related problems. When a conflict comes up with another employee, ask yourself honestly, was it my fault or their fault? Take a hard look at your own behavior.
That's a tough one. I think most people tend to blame something outside of them rather than learning, my phrase is, how to be more the master of their own life, how to handle what's going on effectively. It's easier for us to say, well, that person's a jerk, or it's the problem out there.
A parent committee recommended the board make $1.5 or $2 million worth of budget cuts, merge some functions with Pulaski County's other 2 school districts, and ask voters for a 6.5 mil tax increase.
We've been dealing with this school problem for, it seems like, for just years and years, and we're finally at the stage where we can put all of this behind us and we go forward to educating the kids and making that the primary issue.
The parents said teachers should get their 6% raises, still being negotiated. A legislative subcommittee has suggested the raises must go. At least one board member says administrators' raises will go first.
If everybody else is going to bleed, I want them to bleed too. I want them to show a willingness to do with less so that we can ask others to do with less.
The district already plans for administrative raises to be cut out in 1990-91, along with some legal fees and high school classes and all physical education aides. Proposed cuts total $1.8 million, but the district still faces a $1.7 million deficit, and the information was developed assuming a tax increase will pass.
We hope that we don't have to go forth with the kind of millions and millions of dollars of cuts that we obviously would need to do if we don't get a millage increase.
The board asked for more information from the district. They'll get it at another special meeting tomorrow night after the board's regular meeting. Members could vote on some cuts at that time. Linda Walker, 11 Action News, Little Rock.
6 days a week at 7 a.m. sharp, Buddy and Edna Srigley arrive at Park Plaza, not to eat or to shop, but to walk. It's become a part of the couple's daily routine since Edna's heart bypass surgery 3 years ago.
The doctor has advised that she do some form of exercise. And of course, we've taken up golf, which gives us more exercise the way we play it. But we feel like that at least we can walk every day.
The Srigleys are 2 of more than 600 people a day who don tennis shoes and head for the mall to keep fit and have fun. The shopping center opens early to accommodate the heavy flow of pedestrian traffic.
We have people that walk with their preschoolers, bring them in strollers, the people that walk before work, after work, on their lunch hour, and we also have our older crew that is probably in better shape than most of us.
The mall walkers have turned this physically healthy habit into an emotionally gratifying one as well. These people genuinely care for the faces they see as they make their rounds.
He's the one that always sends out the cards, right?
That's Charlie.
They formed a club, complete with an official scrapbook compiled by Charlie Boudra. Charles Brakebill is the group's designated sunshine man. He takes up a small collection to let members know they'll never walk alone.
If they know if anybody's sick, they tell me, and then I get them a card if anybody's sick or in the hospital, or if anybody passed away, well, we send them a sympathy card.
Once a month, the mall walkers get to see the actual results of all these high-speed trips around the mall. Doctors Hospital offers free blood pressure and cholesterol level screenings, and the results make all this effort worthwhile. After 20 years of mall walking, Bob Hawkins takes pride in his low blood pressure, but mall walkers say they don't need a blood pressure cup to know what the exercise and the companionship have done for them.
I certainly feel better. We feel much better when we walk. We can
make the rest of our day count for more.
Sandy Finkbeiner, 11 Action News at Park Plaza.
Well, after I graduated, I sort of got tired of playing basketball, and I sat around the house. I was playing softball to keep myself occupied. But if Coach Early hadn't contacted me, I'd probably still be at home today, you know, sitting around just playing softball.
After a couple years of sitting out, Tina Webb brought her considerable skills back to the hardwood, and UA Monticello's never been the same since.
I don't think there's a question that any team, Division I, Division II, or NAIA in the country would like to have Tina Webb play for them. I know that she could play for anyone, and I'm just very, very happy that she's playing for me.
Despite going unnoticed much of the time, Tina's piled up phenomenal stats. She's tops in the AIC in scoring, 30 points a game, tops in rebounding as well, and among the leaders in free throw and field goal percentage. Nationally, she's second in scoring and number 11 on the boards.
I have said before that Tina can dominate or control a basketball game.
Tina can take over in unselfish ways as well.
Along with Rose Avery and Susan Pemberton, if I don't get the job done, I can give it to Rose. She'll do it. If she doesn't, Susan will do it. So we got everybody on team can score besides me.
And if somehow Tina Webb leads her Cotton Blossoms to a national championship, softball won't look so good anymore. Rob Thomas, 11 Action Sports.
Roosevelt Road is waking up, one stretch at a time. From the municipal court building to state police headquarters, it's buzzing with new construction. A restaurant is already in the works, and the lot next door has been swept clean to make enough room for a shopping center.
I think it's a great idea to do it in this area. From the city standpoint, the streets are here, the water and sewer is here, and the people are here.
Roosevelt used to be a main artery leading to the heart of downtown Little Rock, but it was bypassed when the city marched westward. People pretty much forgot about it until now.
I think what happens so many times is people just think of new areas and growth out west and don't really understand the potential that is here in the other parts of town.
No one seems to know why, but for some reason, Roosevelt is also emerging as a haven for government buildings. It's lined with them. And now there's talk of the new county jail being built here too, next to the old one. That adds points to its development potential.
I think that it will fit in very well with the type of fast food type establishments that are being considered for the Roosevelt Road area.
It still has its share of eyesores, empty buildings no one seems to want. But city planners say that will change when word gets out that Roosevelt isn't asleep anymore. Dinah Tyler, 11 Action News, Little Rock.
I have come out here in the middle of the morning, early morning hours, when I can't sleep, and sometime when it's warm enough where you can come out and comfortable enough and work on it. And stay an hour or so and go back right off sleep.
You'd be hard-pressed to find anyone who enjoys their hobby more than Roy Hopkins and Mike Taylor. The two spend hours working on their electric train set in Roy's workshed. They say they devote so much time to it because it provides an escape from the hectic day-to-day stress of life. While Roy and Mike are busy shouting all aboard, Bill Kirkus is off into the wild blue yonder. Bill's president of the Mid-Arkansas Radio Control Society. Each week, you'll find club members at the group's flying field, socializing and honing up on their craft.
Oh, yeah. That's like Christmas in February, just about.
One of the club members turned the hobby into a successful business. Wayne Sherrill decided 15 years ago the world of accounting wasn't worth the ulcers, so he looked to his remote control airplane as a healthier alternative.
We started exclusively as a radio control house. That was my field of expertise, if I have expertise in anything, and found that they were people that enjoyed hobbies in many other fields as well, some crossover, some exclusive to their own.
4. Oops. No one said you had to be particularly good at the hobby you choose. Take me, for instance, on the golf course. But hobbies can be relaxing and enjoyable, whether you're alone or with others. David Avery, 11 Action News, Little Rock. I think they're coming after us, Chip.